Social Work, Chennai, International Center for Clinical Psychology and Psychotherapy, Germany, MS Selamuthu Institute of Mental Health and Rehabilitation, Madurai, Redfern Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey. Thank you so much for being here. And now I welcome Akshay Lakshmi to introduce the speaker for the day. Suresh sir, kindly record the meeting.
I initiated. Recording is going on.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Over to you, Akshay.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ananya. I'm once again honored to introduce the speaker for the day, Dr. Suresh Kumar sir. To give a formal introduction about him, he has cleared the NET exam more than 3 times, I believe, in various subjects, and he is presently working as the head of the Department of Psychology at the American College, Madurai, and he's one of an altruistic personality who is willing to give out knowledge, whatever he possesses, not even expecting anything. One example is that these webinars are conducted without any cost for almost a lot of people are getting useful information from this. And another one thing is we get a lot of contents. He prepares a lot of PPTs relevant to a lot of various subjects, and especially research works. As a person who is involved in research, he has kept it very simple and has shared a lot of contents without expecting anything. I really appreciate sir for what he is now, and I really wish that for a longer period of time this is going on. And thank you so much for being with us today, sir. And today also we have another set. Ma'am is in Chennai and she's not able to join, and in 15 minutes he is prepared for another topic, the introduction for psychological first aid. I look upon him for quick actions and being able to do things very quickly, and a very quality works also. It's not just some work, it's always the quality work that he gives in. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. Over to you, the floor is open.
Thank you, Akshay and Ananya, for nice welcome and introduction about me, and it is my immense pleasure and be here to share my learning, I can say. A short period of learning I have done, and I have to admit that I think when I was joined as a contract faculty in Central University of Tamil Nadu, where I decided to go for one online program, when I was searching different forum, I found psychological first aid course, which is there in Coursera. And I found that it is a more interesting and it is a really very good content there. I learned that. And most of the content which I'm going to present today is not about what I was learned in that Coursera program. It is about that the World Health Organization, they were prepared these psychological first aid module, which was prepared in the year 2016. And mostly these content prepared for African countries and some of the countries in South America were during that time they had a lot of problems related to natural as well as man-made hazards that happened. So they come up with an like an infographic material. So from there, as a source, I'm going to share with my learning with you all today. And I think I'll start with that. All the words is there in my presentation. That is my. I thought that, for example, I don't know what it is the meaning of the word, but I'm going to present the title itself. They're having 2 words. One is psychology and first aid. And you all agree with me that what is psychology? And there are many times we may know that it is about behavior, overt and covert behavior. Okay, and first aid is about and the first immediate assistance given to the person who needs help. It may be an illness or injury or whatever it may be. Immediate attention, if we give to that particular person, we can call it a first aid. Immediate assistance to the person, that is first aid. What is psychological first aid? Okay, it is a design. It is a technique which was designed for to curb or to cope that post-traumatic stress disorder. For example, tsunami, and now we are going to face that Nivar cyclone, and some of the people they're going to lose many of the components. They may lose their life and the material which is they belongs to them and the relatives. There are many things they are going to miss. There won't be any normal which will affect their day-to-day life, physically as well as mentally. The mental component is on stress. The post-traumatic stress, how you can avoid that PTSD, that is called psychological first aid. That is one understanding I referred. And even for many, there is one association is there for dedicatedly for psychological first aid. And what they said, and when you go to that infographic content given by World Health Organization, they said that psychological first aid is something, it is a humanity activity. When you feel someone is suffering, like Vallala, when he said that, Vadiya Payire Kanda Podalam Vadinene, it is in Tamil, which means when he sees a plant which has suffered a lot and he feel for that, think about that it is for a plant and fellow human being suffering, then you have to be show your humanity. So it is a human activity and it is on supportive and practical assistance. Some people will say that in Facebook, be safe and we are here for your support. No, they will be the person they are supporting and they will be there in the practical way to help the fellow human being. They can come out from the suffering they are going to face or they are facing right now. That is called psychological first aid. And they given that what are the processes involved in psychological first aid, what is psychological first aid and what is not psychological first aid. And they very clearly mentioned that. And some people, they may claim that psychological first aid must be given by the professionals. No. So that's why they want to make a cut point between that what is psychological first aid and what is not psychological first aid and who can eligible to do that. So everything they clearly mentioned. One is it is an non-intrusive, I think, without any disturbance and practical care and support to the person if you give, maybe anything. And if you do that, that is a psychological first aid. So that one. And second one is, and during that time, the person needs something. For some, they need to vent out and you have to listen carefully, assessing the need of the person and concerns. And okay. And you don't think that you have to give the food item and sell it to the person who is needing that particular disaster time. No. The person having that problem and you need to just give that, listen to them and what you need and listen the concern from them. And then if you don't able to give the help to the particular person, you may aware about it, what are the agencies, government and non-government agencies. There are many of them are there. You just connect with them. And next one is, as I said, basic necessary things need to be given. Okay. When the hierarchy of needs of given by Maslow, he said that basic needs, then we'll go to the psychological needs, safety needs. The first one, we have to make arrangement for food and water, then we'll go to the safety needs. And their shelter is there, and then you can comfort them. Okay, don't worry about it. You will recover from the problem. These are the things. You are not going to make throughout the person journey. You are not going to travel with them. You are just helping them. You are assisting them. You are just showing that way. These are the way you can take it for your betterment. And next one is psychological first aid is listening. And then many people may think that listening is nothing will make an impact on individual. No. Many of the problem in our relationship, many of the problem we are facing right now, it is because the problem is there is no listening between one person and one. They are not listening properly. And here the person need listening because they have the grievance and they need to say to somebody, active listening, but not pressurizing to talk. Tell me what's the problem. Tell me, don't do that. And whenever they come forward to say something, you can listen, active listening without interrupting their conversation. And next one is comforting the people in psychological first aid. And another important component is they may not feel uncomfortable and make them to comfortable. Don't worry, you are here in a safest place. You will be come out from that all the troubles you are had now. And there are many people are out there. They are going to support you after these things. And you make them to feel calm. And some people, they will be more anxious. And I think they may be, for example, in a cyclone. I think they may be in a safe shelter and their relatives may be there in somewhere else, which is prone to that cyclone, and they may think about them only. They might think, this will cause a lot of trouble in that person. You can just make them to feel calm. And you will make an arrangement to save that person. You give that verbal support to the person. And next one is, psychological first aid is something helping the people to connect the information and where you can get that right information. And many people right now, what the information we are having, that WhatsApp and social media is on right information. No, in psychological first aid, you have to make them. So these are the sources. Okay, the reliable contact information you can contact, where you can get all the information and social support. For if you are not having that basic needs, and the government may provide and services. I think many of us are not aware about it, and these things you can do in psychological first aid also. And one more thing, we have to protect the people from further harm. and they may be already they lost most of the thing what they had, and they were in a shelter. And you can don't physical abuse and other verbal abuse may happen in that place, and discrimination may happen, and there you just have to create an environment. You can ensure them how they are to settle in that place to protect, not harming further. So these were the important components which involves in psychological first aid. And now we know that what are the things that comes under psychological first aid. Now we'll move on to that. What are the things which will not come under psychological first aid? And here you can see what is not psychological first aid. Generally, in some person having that stress or anxiety, what they will do, they will go and meet a mental health professional and they will provide a professional support to the person. That is not a psychological first aid. Second one is, it's not a professional counseling. Okay. Now, this person is on licensed one, he can do that counseling. The other person, no, this psychological first aid is not a professional counseling at all. And it is not meant for clinical psychology or psychiatric interventions. This is not a clinical intervention or psychiatric intervention. And it's not a psychological debriefing also. It's not a psychological debriefing. What is the problem you are undergoing? What kind of problem you face? And saying all the psychological term to the person. No, this is not a one that comes in the psychological first aid. Next one is, it is not asking the people to analyze what happened and what will happen in the future in a sequencing order. I think sometimes the people think that psychological first aid is something, you can tell me what happened to you from the one to last time, from when the disaster happened to you, and from that moment, the right moment, what happened, just tell me. And when you listen, that will be the psychological first aid. No, it's not about asking the people and telling about the information they mentioned and analyze what kind of problem they had. No, this is not a psychological first aid. And it's not pressurizing the people to tell about that story. and it isn't many of there are three models of the psychological first aid model. One is about John Hopkins University model, and another one is WHO, and one I found the name is there's an association for disaster management. They also, there are three models are there. In these three models, one of the point they highlighted is that don't pressurize and ask the person what happened to them, and if they not comfortable sharing that information, don't pressurize the people. Okay, these are the what is not a psychological first aid, and we will move on to the next one. Why we need a psychological first aid? Okay, that question surface and it will come in front of us. Okay, psychological first aid. I know why psychological first aid. For example, as I said, psychological first aid will be given to the person who were prone to the natural disaster or man-made or whatever it may be. And when I think many of you may hear this statement, when the person made an accident and when you bring them to the hospital, the doctor will say that if you bring that person in right time, you can save their life. Right? And some of the doctors, they will say that, so when you come in the stage 1, we can able to save the life. You are in the stage 5. And here the root cause of the many severe problems may shown this time only. But when they had a disaster time, and this is the time when you make comfortable, feel safe of the person, and you connect with the other persons. So one of the important things, don't make the people alone or they are not having loneliness. They should not feel that loneliness. You have to create an environment in which they have to connect with other people. It may be anything, real face-to-face, or it may be through over a phone, whatever it may be. And make them feel calm and then, okay, don't worry. Yes, there is a setback and there is a problem for you. You will come out from that conflict. You will have to develop a hopefulness on an individual. And things you can is necessary for doing psychological first aid. And another one is, and it will provide support for social, physical, and emotional comfort. The need of the person who were in a crisis time, it may be some people they need physical comfort, some people social, and another people they need emotional. So you identify those things, and when we address them, and we can curb their future problems, and the possible future problems, we can curb and we can cut down that itself, and we imbibe or regain the sense of control. Okay, when you give the psychological first aid, okay, the confidence of the person that will make them do it by their life leading. And who we have to do the psychological first aid? Okay, we know that why I said this to make it. Don't make it a bigger problem in the beginning. Itself, you can do it. And next one is who it should be done. Mostly it is for there is no gender discrimination. A person who is experiencing crisis and distress, it will be more benefit to them. And for example, in psychological first aid, sometimes there is some chances are the life-threatening injuries, and they may feel about that in an environment. They have to take care of other members, the children, other things, and they are the person you have to give first psychological first aid. And mean for the person who are already calm and in order you have to give. This person only came to that shelter first time, and then you have to give psychological first aid to this person. And prioritizing, we have to done based on that whom we have to give that psychological first aid. The priority children, and then the person who need of it, and we can find it. To them, we have to provide psychological first aid. And when we have to provide, and when you see that out of 100 people in the shelter and they were in a crisis time, you can find out there are some people who will be distressed. They are not behave in a way normally. To those people, you can provide that psychological first aid. Immediately, you can find the crisis time. Okay, you are not comfortable, just come. Can you please come and talk? So they given the models also there. So find out the person who are distressed in that shelter, you can provide a psychological first aid. And next one is where we have to provide. And with the people who are not comfortable, we should not provide a psychological first aid. It should be given. Psychological first aid should be given in a place, and they need. I think they feel more comfortable. Even counseling setting that when you look at that, and when the person want to say, when they feel more comfortable. So we have to find out in a place which is calm and which will not make any disturbance, which will not hinder the privacy. We have to find out in a place in that area itself, and then we have to provide. The privacy must be ensured in a psychological first aid. That is an important criteria we have to consider. And these were the four. I'm going to take another 5 minutes only. There are 4 principles they suggested by World Health Organization for psychological first aid. One is we have to prepare, we have to look, we have to listen, and then we have to link. That's all. And there is one more model, rapid model is there, and another model is about 15 steps is there. And this is the one I found very limited steps which we can follow very easily. P and 3L. P, L, L, L. Okay, prepare, look, listen, and link. What is that prepare? See, learn about a crisis event. Okay, it may be on cyclone or it may be on tsunami, whatever. Just learn about the crisis event, and you have to find out where you can get that available services and support. And you have to prepare for that and learn about the safety and security concerns of an individual. So this is about preparations. In that shelter place, I think mostly it is done by the government organization. They will do that. So this is the first stage of psychological first aid. So the next one is look. So once you have to look at that, we have to ensure that safety of an individual, observe that safety. Okay, next one is some of the basic needs to be fulfilled, as is food and water, and dress item you can provide. And some people, they need serious distress, and then you look at that, and then you can make them just come here, and then you will provide support to them. You inform to the person. These are the persons you have to look, and these when you observe these persons, and these are the components: safety and the basic needs, and then the distress reaction. What kind of symptom they are expressing or exhibiting of the individual. When you look at, and you have to make an appropriate action next time. And next one is listen. When you observe, and you know that this person is under more distress, and this person need a food and other component, mind that you can classify that. Okay, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the 4 is the need to be addressed immediately. So these are the categories you can classify and listen to them. Make contact with the people who need of support, and they say that in a group, no, I need immediate support. You can go and meet the person and provide the psychological first aid, and ask about the people what they need and concerns at a particular time. You know that the person need, and ask them. Some people, I think you all know that some people openly ask, and some people they may not reveal what they want. So that's why we have to ask each one of the people what you want. Even if they come for psychological first aid, okay, I'm here for providing psychological. What do you want now? What is the thing I need to address? And how I have to do that? We have to ask in the beginning and listen to the person, and whether when you support them, whether they feel calm or not. If you are not comfortable, you can find out. If you are not comfortable, can I refer to some other person? You can ask the person. And finally, we have to link. So what are the things we can do that? As I said, in the beginning, you have collected. When you're preparing, you know that where are the information available, what are the services are provided. You have to help the people what are the basic needs and the accessories were there from government agencies and non-governmental agencies we have to connect. And next one is you have to just invite them that coping strategies like breathing exercise, like some relaxation technique. You can just some people you may thought that they may aware about it. We have to understand that there are many people out there that may not aware about what is the coping strategy. What are the simple strategies you can use for building the coping? And one more strategy is when you show that power approaches. When you feel confident in your body, it will make you to confident in your thought process also. These are the some strategy you can teach when the person is there. And give the information and where you can get that adequate and reliable information. And finally, you can connect the people with the loved ones. If they may be in another center, you can make a call to them and provide social support. These are the four. Prepare, look, listen, and then lead. Prepare, look, listen, and then lead. These are the four steps are there in psychological first aid. And finally, as I said, now who need to be addressed. This is the last slide of my presentation of today's. There are in special attention need to be said, as I said in the beginning itself, mothers, children need to be children and adolescents need to be addressed immediately. Why? They are more vulnerable and they may be easy to trigger them. When you look at that, there is a conflict in a place where most of the people are, these are the people usually can stimulate. See, the other place is given, if you are not asking, they will not do. So just find out those persons and address them, and they are the asset for our. And the next one is the disabled people and the people of discrimination and violence. So these are the people we have to find out and we have to give the attention to that. So these are my references for today's presentation. And thank you so much for listening to me. I hope this information is useful for you. And nothing I have done, I have just shared the learnings I have done from the World Health Organization model for psychological first aid. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I try to answer your questions. Thank you all.
Once again, thank you so much for sharing your knowledgeable quest for a lot of information. Thank you so much. So participants, you can ask your questions either by unmuting yourself or you can put it in the chat box so that I can read it for sir to answer the questions. Participants, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask or you put it in the chat box so that I can read it for sir. There is a question from Chandra Ma'am, sir. Can PFA be voluntary or based on need?
It must be based on the need. Based on the need, it should be given. And one more thing, who can be, we have to select for psychological first aid. A person who already faced such a crisis and they come out from that problem, and they are the persons we can select as to provide psychological first aid to other people.
There is a question.
Yes, we can apply it for all. There's no discrimination at all for this, and anyone we can apply it. And as I said, you need not have any specialized skill for this, and you cannot have the certification on anything. And as I said, there are 3 associations. They given the criteria who can become and they said that need not. They given the guidelines. You just apply these. And sometimes they are giving that orientation to the person who volunteered to become a psychological first aid provider. And for them, they are providing training or the inputs or the worksheets kind of things to the people, and they can use it from that step 1, step 2, step 3, such a kind they are provided. Yeah, thank you, sir, Jyoti Armon, sir, for your words. I think many of my known friends are here, and I'm really happy that I think. I would like to say that this presentation I prepared at 6:10. 6:30 is I started my presentation. Within 20 minutes, I was prepared. The reason is they are having that wonderful material. Only thing is we have to just make an arrangement. That's all. There are two, I can say, if you are practicing in psychology, there are three websites you have to frequently watch. There is a notification you have to enable. One is on WHO, and another one is UNICEF. I think many of us, we are not giving importance to UNICEF. And UNICEF, they are having the wonderful material for psychological interventions. And third one is about APA. In APA, the updated information we can get through email once, and you must be a member at least one time. And if you are a member, then you will get a recent update they will send. And for searching these things, and one model I found from APO.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Chandra, Dr. Chandra. Yes, everyone definitely will need a psychology first aid. And first aid is that we are making to not the problem into bigger one. When the blood is coming out from the person, you have to just close it the way it is coming out. The same way, when we are not, when we provide a support and care to the person, and the problem of it may be emotional or cognitive or physical problem, when we attend in the beginning itself, it may not be bigger on later stage.
So thank you for the clarity.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you for that presentation, sir, and all the questions. It's really hard.
Ma'am, shall I
Ma'am, yes,
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, nice presentation. Actually, it is a new thing for me. Actually, I want to share my experience. When the tsunami period in our district, we people from the NGO, the Innerville Club, we provided the things to the needy people, but we are not aware about their psychological experience. We provided the old things, vessels, and the used clothes, everything to the needy people, but they rejected all the things because they don't need the used things actually, and we asked them and they want only the new things. So at that time we are not aware about this psychological first aid. So now only it is a new thing for me. Very nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Sir, namaskar.
Sir, namaskar, sir.
Amarnath Sharma from Himachal Pradesh is here.
Yeah, welcome.
The question is this: I am dealing with the children of age group 6 to 10 years old.
Okay.
I am able to find the problem of my students as I am a primary school teacher, elementary school teacher. But the children and their parents are not agree with me that they have some problem. Then how we can provide the psychological first aid to them?
Sir, can I ask one question? Whether the children are having any problem right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please say one or two problems if you are comfortable? Can you please share one or two problems?
There are some problem related to their voice. They are not able to speak in a proper sense.
I got your point, sir. Actually, for this kind of thing, it is not to be done immediately. What we can do that we can provide awareness program to the parents. Instead of, because as a teacher, whatever you say, the students will believe what you're saying. And no one will say that. Even for my son will say that my teacher said what you're saying wrong. And instead of, so why the parents are not agreeing? Because they are not having the awareness. When we create an awareness, okay, when we do these kind of things, what is the benefit your children will get? And if we make inputs to the parents and if they are aware about it, definitely you can move forward. So that's my input for your question. I hope you agree with me.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that explanation, sir. Again, I want to say that in a short period of time, you prepared a PPT and you presented today. Then That is even more difficult job. I really wonder when I will grow to that extent. Probably, it's really amazing work you're doing. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of your work. Thank you so much for that. And today's presentation, as the participants had observed it and they were able to relate it, yes, you had again given a quality work which is of no doubt at all. Thank you so much for that information and all the services that you are doing. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And now for an official vote of thanks, I call upon Dr. Salim sir to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ananya ma'am. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Our core team head, Dr. Suresh sir, done the well job today. As the topic like psychological first aid, due to some situations, the resource person couldn't be able to join today. So as a first aid or whatever, Suresh sir immediately in the like a warrior in the field, and he done the job. Sir, we can understand in practically the first aid from your accent. So how to be acted. And your presentation, you done very well actually. What is psychological first aid and what is not, and why psychological first aid and when, where, like W question, you explained very well, sir. What, why, where, when. So nicely presented. Actually, the difference of what is and what is not, you rightly pointed out and differentiated very well, sir. So most of the people suffer what is PFA and what is not. So you very clearly explained. That's what the people, I think, appreciated, and they have the satisfied with today's session, sir. And where to be done, you rightly pointed out anywhere that is safe for the helper and affected person, ideally with some privacy situations. And when to be done, a lot of clearly explain the person with the distress and usually immediately following a crisis event. So it was a good information, sir. We learned a lot actually, and the people why it is psychological first aid required, and you pointed out and feel it's safe connected to the others, it's calm and hopeful. So it was a very good session, sir. We enjoyed a lot, and right time and right topic and right title and right information from you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And officially, I have to kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of American College, Madurai, and MS Pellamuthi Institute, Madurai, and the Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, and the International Center for Psychological Psychotherapy in Germany, and the Psycho-Oncology Association, Turkey, and Red Pond Education and Psychological Research Center, Madurai. Thank you very much, Suresh, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all, and we will meet with another session tomorrow. And we hope today's session will be in tomorrow. Thank you all.